about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett, and an early touch and an excellent...
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round. It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and here he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo that win the Italian Grand Prix!
Iguodala running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada in there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden, Barrett, and an early touch and an excellent...
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Welcome to this episode of Sports Orbit. As you can see there, that was the celebration of the supporters of the Super Eagles. You can see that the whole mood in the camp and generally in the country is very, very positive. Everybody is excited, especially with the performance of the Super Eagles. And that's how I welcome you to today's episode of Sports Orbit. My name is Afa, your host, and I'm here with Salifu. Salifu, welcome once again to Sports Orbit.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Alpha. And not just if you use not just the country, even beyond the country.
Yeah.
Everybody is set out the Super Eagles, our West African brothers, the Ghanaians.
And even contributing us to
Yeah,
celebrate with us.
some of them have even come to Nigeria since they couldn't have fine George in Black Star. Now find smiling, they have to reason to smile with the Super Eagles.
Exactly.
So, congratulations to the Super Eagles. Everybody is calling all these Super Eagles, taking Super Eagles for AFCON. And I hope that shouldn't be able to not disappoint.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have so much in store for you. There's plenty of AFCON news, like we're aware. We are still in the season of AFCON. Final group games will be played today. To find out today, is it today and tomorrow? Yeah. We'll be knowing the final teams who will be qualifying for the knockout stages, which will begin from Sunday. And of course, Umar Sadiq is in the news. Of course, Trus Ekong also in the news. Reactions coming from yesterday's game against Guinea-Bissau. We'll begin with straight from the camp of Guinea-Bissau, where midfielder Jodilson Mamadou Gomez, also known as Pele, has come out to say that there is no shame at all losing to the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Recall that before this match, the Guinea-Bissau, they sounded very, very confident. In fact, They actually said that they would rather die than succumb to defeat against the Eagles. But with that defeat now, the tone has changed. Now Pele is saying that if you lose to the Super Eagles, you shouldn't be ashamed of losing to a superior team who was clearly superior in the day to Super Eagles. Salifu, now the story has changed. Before he was one of sounding overconfident, we were going to die if we don't win the Eagles, but now they've seen that football is done on the pitch and you don't do the talking
on the social
so-
media.
Exactly.
Yeah, yes, it's quite that he has to admit that there's no shame in losing to the Super Eagles. And even after talk to the Super to the match was just a mind game. Just a mind game that we are going to do something. Obviously you know that the person we are going against is far ahead of you in terms of anything. And Super Eagles actually demonstrated that they are superior opponent. And I also commended Guinea-Bissau because they were not embarrassed.
Yeah.
I don't think they were embarrassed. 2-0 against the Guinea-Bissau.
They actually put up a good fight because it took the Eagles a while before Eagles will even break them down.
The first half was goalless.
Mm.
Later, the first half was goalless. No thank to Sadiq Umar, who missed two clear chances that would have to give Nigeria 2 goals before the first half. But that knows that I still commend the Guinea-Bissau to keep the scoreline at minimum 2-0. Because they honorably reaching the Super Eagles, a team that everybody has seen as one of the best African teams at the moment in the ongoing African competition. Coming to against the source team, you should expect that they're going to whitewash you. But fortunately for them, they were able to keep the scoreline within the minimum of 2 goals. So I congratulate the teams of white as they beat me goodbye to the AFCON. I wish them maybe by the time they come back to the next year edition, 23 edition, maybe by the time they would have also begin to be going to borrow and strengthen themselves. Nobody that affects them.
Yes,
So it's a good decision. Today I congratulate them for even showing up tournament.
I mean, like he said we are disappointed to be going home this early, but I don't think there's any shame in losing to a big side like Nigeria. Monaco Star confessed to that game. And still in the same vein where we just spoke about Sadiq Umar, he has come out to describe scoring his first goal for the Super Eagles as a proud moment for him and his family. I mean, expectedly, he was supposed to open scoring early enough in the competition, but he missed, I think, like two good chances. But he was able to eventually redeem himself after, getting a super pass from Kelechi Iheanacho, who set him up for that goal.
Yeah, yesterday, even yesterday, I went to early this morning on social media, everybody was just plastering accusing him this and that, but it's happened in the game of football. The young guy should not be crucified that even him is not happy, he's not a happy man. That's what I feel is something that we can thank God at last I finally scored him. His first international goal for the Super Eagles. But missing those 2 chances, yes, we may feel that it's a shot, but it's not his making. It's not his making to make shots of opportunities. But these are doing as we is Sadiq Umar is a good fighter. It's all good in who for Armenia where he played for the Spanish side. But yesterday those 2 players were not there, and definitely I was happy that he finally scored a goal before he was there on the pitch.
For me, I could even put his, not even being able to close up chances initially to this is stage fright, coming into a competition of this nature when you haven't tasted action. Sometimes is you should sometimes excuse some of these young lads. These things happen very often in football, where you give a young lad an opportunity to come into a game and they might not perform as you would have expected them to perform and all of that. But it's good that he eventually redeemed himself, and I'm sure as time goes on, if it's properly integrated into the team, we should expect to see more and more from Sadiq Umar.
Yes, I'm very correct. Sadiq Umar is not a bad player. He's a very clearly good finisher.
Yeah.
He's a good striker. And yes, he stays Friday. I mean, I agree with you, but he's not a small boy. He has played in the good fellow playing at the Olympics will be at the highest stage more than even before. But it happens sometimes, and at the same time, coming to represent Nigeria, where so much expectation on you, especially the people who are filling in the gap for them, people like Big Osim, that we are filling in the gap for their absence. So there's so much expectation on you, and if you wanted to live up to that expectation, and that's how it will make you to commit some blunders, some error. not from the see. Nigerians will stay with this guy. He's a good striker, and going forward, he's going to prove that he's one of the best strikers Super Eagles have. So, as the match progresses, I wish we will see him again, and he's going to do more and more for the Super Eagles.
I totally agree. Again, looking at that game again, Peter Laika also was in that game. And also on social media, I saw that a lot of people have some nice things to say about Peter Laika, even though he didn't play quite for a long time. But if you, of the touches and moments he had on the pitch, a lot of people had some praise for the young man.
Yes, yes, they are very correct. At the same time, not just Peter Blanca, even the every other person that finished that match yesterday, I don't think all of them tried their best and they did their best. And that should still prove to you that the deep
Level of
depth
squad,
of
yeah.
sport they have in the Super Eagles. Super Eagles, apart from if you look at the lineup yesterday, it's also make complete 8 changes from the normal 11 players. Only 3 players that were retained from the previous team. So and out of this 8 players, that came in, all to display. I was able to look at the Sami Ajayi was fantastic in defense.
Fantastic.
So
Very
let's
lovely
tell you that
second.
Super Eagles is made of full squad, and every other opponent are still remaining in the competition. See the Super Eagles will have, despite the age change and still perform, put on first marvelous performances. Everybody will be hitting about Super Eagles. Like now, we are still calculating who either Super Eagles is likely to be. So most of those teams who are going to figure as the best loser, all of them have played that I agree with you. Super Eagles.
Like you said completely, and I agree with you. Making 8 changes into for that game, that was almost like a new team completely. Because if you even notice in that game when the game started, you could see that it took them a while to actually get their rhythm. Because initially, because of course, like the first 2 games, when they are already used to themselves, it took them a while to really get that understanding. But once they got that understanding, they became very, very unstoppable.
That is good. And kudos to post the goals and so I also congratulate us yesterday. He was able to equal his own record again. Winning 3 group matches, winning three group stage matches. It's the first coach who have achieved that in Nigeria. It's the first Nigerian coach who have achieved that before, and they have repeated that same feat again. Congratulations after all going Africa Cup of Nations. It's also the first coach who has won all his first 3 matches.
But still on AFCON news, where this time straight to AFCON, where he's clearly excited about the performance of the Eagles. In his words, he said that the Eagles are up to the task. He was simply excited, not forgetting that he also got a goal in that one to make it 2-0. And he also relished his partnership with Kenneth Omero. He had lots of things to say about his partnership with Kenneth Omero and all of that.
I'm afraid for Leon Balu.
Yeah.
By the time he finally recovers, whether Leon Balu, I think wherever only way he is now, he will be praying hard that whenever he comes back from cooking, he has to fight hard to win this place back in the Super Eagles. But those two guys like Sami and Kenneth Omaro was like in the first match was so fantastic, and Sami, who also came yesterday, also proved that he's a defender to reckon with. So then we have the good side Super Eagles at every department, every department of the field. We have more than one or two players at one particular any position on the field, and that is the thing that Super Eagles is one of the best teams in Africa.
Yeah, absolutely. No doubts about that. I mean, clearly, social media was completely buzzing yesterday. A lot of people have said, look, clearly this team is the best team so far in this AFCON. This is the only team that has gone unbeaten so far in the group stages, conceding just 1 goal. And the goal we even considered wasn't even from open play. Remember that it was from a penalty. So kudos to the Super Eagles, and we only hope that this will continue. Like some people had expressed concerns that Super Eagles could do well in the group stage, but going further, the performances might drop a little bit.
Well, that's just and also let's also remember that in a team, as you progress, the more you play, the more
you get better.
you get better and get better and get stronger. The teams, for for the four in the last week, they are staying together for almost 1 week now. The rest they are going to the second week. So as they play together, they have so played 3 matches. As they play together, playing every day together, they get good or something and then they have questions together. So I'm not afraid. I'm not anywhere scared that going to the next match Super Eagles is going to strong in the knockout stage. But this team has really jelly well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, at this point, we'll go for a short break, but there's still so much we have in store for you. We'll give you other results that went down. Don't forgetting that Egypt was also against Sudan yesterday, and we'll still give you fixtures of some matches that will be decided today. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back.
For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.
Welcome back from that break. Still on to AFCON, where Riyad Mahrez has come out to give a charge to his fellow teammates to say that Algeria should do the talking on the pitch and not on the pages of paper. Recall that the Algerians are really, really in a very delicate situation to qualify, and Mahrez says, well, they have a good team, and he believes that they'll do their talking on the field of play when they eventually meet the Ivorians later on today.
Yeah, the job of a player is not to be just a captain. All you need to do just get to the pitch and deliver all you have on the pitch. I quite agree with him that the talking should be done on the pitch, not on the social media or anywhere else. And just like you say, they are really in a very tough position, very delicate position. Because if you look at that group, Cote d'Ivoire is not in the group with 4 points, followed by Korea. Is it Korea? They're talking the group. They're the same group with Equatorial Guinea. Then they followed by Sierra
Leone,
and then Algeria. Algeria are on the bottom place with just 1 point. While Cote d'Ivoire has 4 points, Equatorial Guinea has 3 points, Sierra Leone has 2 points, but Algeria has no 0 points. But as it is, all of these four still have a better chance to qualify to the next round. Cote d'Ivoire against Algeria. So Algeria need outright win. Absolutely. If they must progress to the next round. Why Cote d'Ivoire a draw will enough for Cote d'Ivoire. So definitely is Algeria they are on serious on that pressure, and how they need to manage the pressure and get it to this point. So another very ball. I mean, I would hope the Mahrez and his follow to be able to talk on the pitch, just like you said. But against a very tough opponent like I wouldn't think it's going to be very tough task for the year. If they play by the way they play their first two matches, they play draw with get beaten by Turkey. So.
Also, yesterday, Egypt were also in action against Sudan, and the Egyptians won that 1 goal to 0 against Sudan, and that means Sudan and Guinea-Bissau have no chance of making it. In fact, they'll be completely eliminated because it didn't even amount up to at least the minimum 3 points that can even give you consideration to qualify as one of the best losers. They just have both 1 point, and it means that Egypt and Nigeria have gone through in that group. We all know how Egypt started this competition, losing to Nigeria in that first game. And at a point, after the second game where they won 1-0, they seem to have gotten their campaign on track. And clearly, the last game against Sudan was a must win for them, and they were able to at least secure the maximum 3 points needed to move on to the next round.
Yeah, congratulations to them, but if you look at the decision so far, they're not too fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially with the expectation and the tournament tag favor that were favored that were given to them. But what everybody expected from the decision that is not everybody. We saw good people in this competition. And if you look at everybody's like Basman and Musa, that he has not been able to carry the team on.
Yeah.
So, but whatever base, they have wobble or whatever, anyhow you call it. To the second round. So the second round, anything can happen. It's always happened. I remember in 2013, the same thing happened to the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and it puts the Super Eagles strongly. Draw their first 2 matches before they were able to win their last one.
It won't seem that the point like Super Eagles will be even eliminated.
So draw their first 2 matches before they winning their last group match against Ethiopia. We take them to the second round, and the second round they finish the group as a runner-up. And the second round, the quarterfinal, remember they were just for the quarterfinal and against the Cote d'Ivoire, and that's where they pick up there. Yeah. And when they pick up against the Cote d'Ivoire, they become unstoppable until they get their hand on the cup.
Yeah, we still have some other matches today, some AFCON fixtures today, like we told you earlier. Algeria will be playing Cote d'Ivoire in one of the deciders of today's game. Sierra Leone will be up against Equatorial Guinea. Gambia will play Tunisia, while Mali will play Mauritania. So we all know that the grudge match today is Cote d'Ivoire versus Algeria. I really can't wait to see that match.
Yes. Even in the Tunisia group, Gambia, Mali, and Tunisia all still have a chance to qualify. Both of them have won Both of them have won 1 match. No, Gambia has 4 points. Mali has 4 points. While Tunisia has 3 points. Mauritania is already out of the so and it's going to be another different ball game. Gambia versus Tunisia is going to be another tough game. But these two teams need a victory if you want to win the group. A draw may be okay for Gambia to see them through, but Tunisia also want to win the match. Even though it has a draw, can also see them through based on the best loser or whatever you call it. But I think Mali is more. Can say Mali is more getting last because all they need to do is just to get a point against Mauritania to automatically send their progress to the next round.
So it's a really very dicey situation, interesting games. But the game everybody seems to be talking about is Cote d'Ivoire versus Algeria. That match is going to really be an encounter to look out for.
Yeah, of course, everybody is talking about that match. Not just to play because of Algeria. Remember, Algeria is the defending champion.
Yeah, absolutely.
And at the same time, with the second best African ranking, a team that has done almost 35 months unbeaten.
Recently won the Arab Cup,
won the Arab Cup until Equatorial Guinea was able to come and push that unbeaten run. So, and that's why everyone was looking for Algeria. People when I was seeing Algeria as if most Algeria and Senegal as the favorite for the time. Nobody, I don't mention Nigeria, but I all accept Nigeria cannot be just overlooked. Because and Cameroon so also make a big statement, but I was putting my eye on Senegal and Algeria. But just like I said, so over. A team that is strong at the group stage now can get to the second round and go to the knockout season and pick up from there, and they will pick up from there.
Like we all know, these two teams, Cote d'Ivoire and Algeria, Cote d'Ivoire has one of the most deadly strikers in Europe in Sebastian Haller. And of course, Algeria also has the talismanic Riyad Mahrez. But looking at Mahrez's performance,
all the time.
Yeah.
But for he has not been playing well so far in this.
Exactly. Then don't forget that Cote d'Ivoire also has Pepe, who was fantastic in the last game against Sierra Leone, even though that match ended in a 2-all draw. He was on the score sheet alongside my dad.
From Crystal Palace.
Yeah, Crystal Palace. Wilfred Zaha is also in that team. So the Ivorians have quite a decent team. So we expected that they're going to face this kind of tough period to come out of this group. Exactly. Then also looking at Algeria, if you look at the performance of Mahrez, will you say he has been able to live up to the hype that we all know Mahrez for?
Not even just Mahrez, all the big names for this competition, like Mahrez you mentioned, Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane, all of them have not lived to the big expectation. Not everyone to see them to come to the Africa and flourish. Unfortunately, I remember in one of the interviews before the competitions when everybody was talking about Mohamed Salah, our own the legendary DJ coach has said, playing for a club is quite different from playing for a country. And playing for a club in Europe is different from coming to play in Africa. And that statement has proved right. Because all those guys who see them week in out, shine like million stars every week. But they have come to Africa, came to their own continent, but unfortunately, they have not been able to carry the burden that was expected to the high expectation on them. So even the player, for me, the revelation in this tournament so far is our own Moses Simon.
Oh, clearly, I mean, if you go by statistics yesterday after the match, so far, everybody, 80% of all the polls, not official polls, have judged Moses Simon to be the best player in this competition so far. And clearly, his shoulders above every other player in this competition. I mean, Moses Simon is a completely different player in this competition. People keep asking, who is this guy? Who is this guy? I mean, it's just unbelievable.
And Moses Simon has been with the Super Eagles for more than
yeah.
He was not part of the last AFCON.
No, he wasn't.
But he has been with the team for a very long time. But nobody noticed him until this tournament. He has one of the revolution in this tournament. Him and even the other player the Cameroon captain who has called. I can only say him is going to look at this as a podcast. He has scored 5 goals so far, and he's one of the leading scorer in this tournament. So, and I don't think anybody will compete that because he already has scored 5 goals. And I don't know if anybody for getting goals so far. So he has scored 5 goals. But so for what I say, Moses Simon, apart from all the big stars, if the team they start to watch at the I don't know anybody mention Moses Simon. All the time everybody mentioned Moses Simon has come in a big surprise and a big revolution.
Quickly from the features we have, if you give your prediction of who will go through, what will your predictions be? Starting with Cote d'Ivoire versus Algeria.
I see Cote d'Ivoire. Yesterday I predicted that yes, to win by 2-0. So I'm not giving a plan for that. So I ask you about that prediction. So well, let me say this way. I see Cote d'Ivoire versus Algeria going to be a very tough one. I see that match ended in draw. I see Algeria will likely going out of this competition at this early season. Well, I see that match will be a draw. So I see Equatorial Guinea beating Cameroon. See Gambia. I think Gambia Tunisia match is tomorrow.
No. All these matches are today. Yeah.
Okay. I see Gambia Tunisia match is going to be tough. I see that match will likely going to be another draw. I see Mali beating Mauritania.
Oh, right, that's your prediction. When we come back here tomorrow, we'll have a look at that. All right, on our final story before we go, 2 EPL matches were played yesterday. Man United were up against Brentford, while Tottenham were up against Leicester City. If we have those results on the table, of course, United won that one, 3-1 against Brentford, and it was a very, very dicey encounter between Tottenham versus Leicester City. We had to take Leicester City to score 2 late goals to grab all 3 points in that one. Sorry, Tottenham's Hotspur. Leicester City had led 2-1 till about the 94th minute. And at that time, Tottenham Hotspur scored 2 goals in almost two matches.
What kind of a mistake? It's like I see Tottenham, Leicester are missing one of their key midfielders. They are missing the different. Which always they are holding midfielder. That is why I think that it's lack of constitution that will cause us to at the last minute.
I mean, because it looked like Leicester City had won that one already, and in the twinkle of an eye, Tottenham Hotspur
Also happy that
scored 2 goals.
people that are not a Man U fan, I'm also happy that they were able to
Return back to winning ways.
overcome Brentford yesterday. That are also
It was also a very difficult game, and the scorers incidentally were all academy boys: Elanga, Rashford, and Greenwood scoring in that one. And of course, the second leg of the Carabao Cup between Liverpool and Arsenal will also come up later on today. Recall that the first leg ended 0-0. A very difficult match, I must say, at Anfield, but this return leg will be played at the Emirates. Salifu, quickly, your prediction for this game.
I don't like to predict Arsenal match. Yeah, no, I guess Liverpool.
But they put up a good performance.
Even though they were 1 man down, they were sure that Liverpool will not score a goal.
Yeah.
But I see Liverpool still coming up stronger in this tonight's competition, tonight's match. Because Arsenal sometimes when you have too much hope that yes, there comes the ball. Unfortunately, I see Liverpool. I may not know what the scoreline is going to do, but I see Liverpool triumph.
Right, that's where we slam the brakes on today's episode of Sports Orbit. Don't forget that there are interesting matches coming your way today. There are some group games, final group games in the AFCON. Of course, the Carabao Cup, Arsenal, Liverpool playing today. And when we'll come back here tomorrow, we'll give you all that transpired today. Salifu, once again, thank you for having you in the studio with me today.
Thank you.
Until we come your way tomorrow with another exciting and wonderful episode of Sports Orbit, I remain your host, Alpha Choan. It's bye-bye from here.
Sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word. Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio. You have the last word.